Hello, very good morning. Welcome to this morning's edition of the News 6 Mega News coming to you live from our studios located on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. My name is El Samuels, and now headlines.
Clocksack threatens nationwide strike on March 9. In business, majority rejects bailout for cocoa farmers amid 60 billion Ghana cedis cocoa board debt. And on the international front, Bill Gates pulls out of India AI Summit amid Epstein scrutiny.
The Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, CLOSEC, has threatened to launch a nationwide strike from the 9th of March 2026, citing prolonged delays in implementing the unique salary structure and other conditions of service for civil and local government staff.
In a statement issued following a meeting of its National Executive Council (NEC) on Thursday, 19 February 2026, CLOSEC said government officials have repeatedly failed to respond to reminders from the Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission (FWSC). The association noted that promises to roll out the new salary structure effective 1 January 2026 have yet to be honored. Tracing the negotiations back to 2019, the NEC said two separate Memoranda of Understanding (MOUs) had been signed with government authorities but remain unimplemented. In light of the continued delays, CLOSEC has declared its intention to take industrial action to press for improved conditions of service. The association warned that if the government does not fulfill its commitments, its members will participate in a nationwide strike starting 9 March 2026. The statement serves as an official warning to the government ahead of the planned industrial action.
The Adabraka Circuit Court has fined a driver 50 penalty units, equivalent to 600 Ghana cedis, for careless and inconsiderate driving that resulted in the injury of a passenger.
Evan Samankwa pleaded guilty to driving carelessly and negligently, causing harm to Edmond Wisdom Azuma Kweku. Presenting the facts, Inspector Irene Saki told the court that on February 2, 2026, at about 10:07 p.m., Amankwa was driving a Daewoo Matiz salon car with registration number GW920-20 from La Paz towards Kasoa. On reaching the McCarthy Hill traffic light, he allegedly failed to exercise due care while moving from the service lane to join the highway and veered into the middle lane. As a result, an articulated truck traveling from the Odoko direction crashed into the rear of his vehicle. The impact pushed the car into the opposite lane, where it collided with a trailer approaching from the Kasoa direction. Both Amankwa and his passengers sustained injuries and were rushed to the Wejagbawe Municipal Hospital for treatment. Inspector Saki told the court that following investigations, Amankwa was charged and brought before the court. She added that he has since paid the medical expenses of the injured passenger.
Now to the floor of Parliament, where the majority in Parliament has rejected calls for a bailout for cocoa farmers, attributing the crisis in Ghana's cocoa sector to reckless borrowing under the ex-war administration, the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Speaking at a press conference on Thursday, February 19, 2026, Chairman of Parliament's Finance Committee, Isaac Adongo, accused the previous government of leaving the Ghana Cocoa Board in deep financial distress, warning that additional debt-driven interventions could jeopardize the sector's long-term viability. This is in response to the minority's call for a bailout for cocoa farmers, urging government to cushion farmers against falling international cocoa prices rather than implementing a sharp 28% cut in the producer price. The minority has proposed that the government release emergency liquidity support to Cocoa Board, enabling the country's nearly 1 million cocoa farmers to be paid promptly instead of seeing the price of cocoa fall by over 1,000 Ghana cedis per bag. The Bolga Central lawmaker argued that Ghana's current debt burden makes it impossible to secure additional funds from international capital markets to fund a bailout for cocoa farmers. Loans alone were 17.8 billion Ghana cedis at the beginning of 2025, and if you add this to other obligations, you will realize that at this point, Cocoa Board was bleeding with an exposure of over 60 billion Ghana cedis. Certainly, that vehicle could not be sustainable and needed to be addressed. These are the people who read the Bible in reverse, and these are the people advising us to add debts when we cannot even pay 60 billion Ghana cedis. They think these illogical arguments they are advancing will save the people of Ghana. We are resetting the cocoa sector, he added. The majority caucus stressed that restoring financial discipline and restructuring the cocoa sector is a far more sustainable solution than relying on short-term and debt-fueled handouts. Adongo emphasized the need for systemic reforms that strengthen Cocoa Board's financial footing while safeguarding farmers' livelihoods. The government has outlined a series of measures to revitalize the cocoa sector, including financial reforms, debt restructuring, and targeted support for farmers, signaling a move away from quick-fix interventions towards a long-term sustainability in Ghana's flagship agricultural industry.
Now to the international front, while Bill Gates pulls out of India's AI Impact Summit hours before his scheduled keynote on Thursday, as scrutiny over his ties with the late financier and sex offender Jeff Epstein intensified following the release of the U.S. Justice Department emails.
The abrupt withdrawal of Microsoft's co-founder dealt a fresh blow to a flagship event already marred by organizational lapses, a robot role, and complaints of traffic chaos. The six-day event still notched more than $200 billion in investment pledges for AI infrastructure in India, including a $110 billion plan announced by Reliance Industries on Thursday. India's Tata Group also signed a partnership with the OpenAI. Gates' cancellation follows the release of emails last month by the DOJ that included communication between the late financier and convicted sex offender Epstein and the Gates Foundation staff. The foundation said the billionaire will not deliver his address to ensure the focus remains on the AI Summit's key priorities. Only days ago, the foundation had dismissed rumors of his absence and insisted he was on track to attend. The foundation's chief strategy officer and Africa and India chief, Ankur Vora, spoke instead of Gates. A representative for the philanthropic organization started by Gates and his then-wife in 2000 did not respond to a Reuters query on whether the withdrawal was linked to scrutiny over the Epstein files. Gates has said the relationship was confined to philanthropy-related discussions and that it was a mistake for him to meet the sex offender. He was among the top tech leaders due to attend the event, among the likes of Google CEO Sundar Pichai, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, and Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei. Gates' absence followed another high-profile cancellation by NVIDIA's Jensen Huang earlier on Saturday, which added to a difficult opening for a summit billed as the first major AI forum in the Global South, where India has sought to position itself as a leading voice in worldwide AI governance.
That does it for the news at 6, but before we take leave of you, let's turn our attention to the Weather Center and bring you the weather and its update brought to you in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Stay with us. So welcome back. Now we move straight away to the Weather Center, bringing the weather and its update for the next 24 hours, the impactful weather. During the early hours of the day, mist of fog patches are expected to form over the coastal, mountainous, and forest zones, which will reduce visibility. Sunny weather conditions will prevail over most parts of the country amidst varying intensity of dry and hazy conditions as the day progresses, with visibility range between 1 kilometer and 8 kilometer. Localized temporary showers are likely to affect few areas along the coastline and inland areas from late afternoon into the evening. Now, the temperature table for the next 24 hours. The coast, a minimum of 24 degrees, maximum of 33. Forest, 23 degrees minimum, maximum 35. Transition, a minimum of 22 degrees, a maximum of 36. Northern sector, a minimum of 21 degrees, a maximum of 38 degrees. Due to the dry condition, the public, especially in the transition belt and northern sector, is strongly advised to handle naked flames with extreme caution to prevent fire outbreaks. And that is for the weather and its update from the MBN Weather Center, brought to you in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency. If there's any unforeseen changes in the weather pattern, we'll bring you some more updates. Now, before I take leave of you, we'll take a second look at the news headlines.
CLOGSAC threatens nationwide strike on March 9. In business, majority rejects bailout for cocoa farmers amid 60 billion Ghana cedis cocoa board debt. And on the international front, Bill Gates pulls out of India AI Summit amid Epstein scrutiny.
My name is El Samuels. The news also came to you live on our social media handles across the entire world on MBN 360. For more news, log on to MBN 360. Up next is a sports update. Don't go away.